Hello, my name is Francesco Dimonte and I'm an executive sous chef for Emirates Flight Catering, and I look after the Emirates First Class Lounge in the Terminal 3. So today we're going to make a classic risotto. Basically this is from the region where I come from, which is Puglia on the south part of Italy. So let me introduce you the ingredients. We've got, of course, we start with the risotto rice, which is a Carnaroli rice aged for at least 1 year. Then we've got some extra virgin olive oil, some anchovies oil. We call it Colatura di Alici, which is typical from the south part of Italy. Some burrata cheese. So we have the whole burrata cheese, and this is the stracciatella, which is basically the filling of the burrata. Some Espelette chili powder, butter, semi-dried tomatoes, taralli, which is basically like a snack, and it goes very well with the rest of the ingredients. The cream of Cime di Rapa, which is this, the main ingredients. Some Parmesan cheese. We take the extra virgin olive oil and we put it into the pan. Basically, we're going to toast the rice, because we want the rice to be nice and crispy so that all the flavors, the aroma will come out. Here on the side, we have a vegetable stock, which is basically the water which we use to blanch the Cime di Rapa, which we use to make the Cime di Rapa sauce. So the Cime di Rapa sauce is just basically the leaves with the florets, and then we emulsify with some olive oil, some anchovies, salt and pepper, and we obtain this cream. The water that we blanched the Cime di Rapa, we are using to cook the rice, so that we make sure that we use all the ingredients as well, because all the flavors it's in that stock. Now we look at the rice. We see it's toasting quite well. Once it gets roasted, then we start to add the stock. Typically, a risotto rice cooks between 18 to 20 minutes. So now we are on the first step. So basically, slowly, we're going to pour the vegetable stock into the rice for 18 to 20 minutes till the rice will be fully cooked. Then we will let the risotto rice rest, and slowly we will start the mantecatura, which is basically the process of adding the fats. So the butter, the Parmesan cheese, the olive oil, and the rest of the ingredients. While the risotto is cooking, we just need to make sure that it's not boiling too strong. So basically the rice is cooking slowly with the stock. We don't need to stir it frequently, just probably every 30 seconds to 1 minute, so that also we don't break the grain of the rice. So basically this risotto, it's a good combination because it's matching ingredients from the north part of Italy and from the south. Now I'm from the south part of Italy, where the risotto rice is not very commonly used, but by doing this, it's like we're putting the ingredients together, and I believe it's a perfect combination, because we're using a great risotto rice from the north and then the rest of the ingredients from the south. As you can see, those are from the land, the Cime di Rapa, the semi-dried tomatoes. Those are all products which they come from my region, Puglia, in Italy. So quite rich in taste, not too strong, but they just combine to each other very well. The risotto rice is almost cooked. How do we know? Obviously by the time, but as well we can see the grain of the rice. It is become big, so it's almost done. You can see how nice is the rice. It's nice and covered, it's not split. So at this point, we add the Cime di Rapa sauce, which is here. So we just add 1 spoon, 2 spoons, and we see how it goes. Why we do not add the Cime di Rapa sauce from the beginning? Simple, because we want to keep the nice green color of the risotto rice. So by putting it now, we keep the green color of the Cime di Rapa, as well the taste will not be too strong, because if you cook the rice from the beginning with that sauce, bear in mind there is anchovies, there is garlic, so it might be overpowered. By putting it at the end, the rice will just get the right flavor in there. It's very important that we let the rice rest. Now we know that the risotto is fully cooked. You can see from the way it's coming along with the sauce. So we let the rice rest before doing anything else. Now, the rice is fully cooked. Obviously, it's al dente. The Cime di Rapa sauce is inside. So what do we do now? We start the mantecatura, which is basically what we call in Italy the adding of the butter, Parmesan cheese, olive oil, just to finish the risotto rice, which is basically the difference between a risotto rice to any other rice in the world. Step number 1, we add some butter. Just make sure the butter is unsalted. At the same time, we stir. Ingredient number 2, Parmesan cheese, grated, just a little bit. So if we see that the rice is thickening up, then we can still add a scoop of or a ladle of the stock, so that the rice stays nice, soft and moist. Little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, few drops of what we call Colatura di Alici, which is basically anchovies oil. So this is made with the anchovies get pressed with salt and water, so they release their oil, and it's so flavorful. So our risotto is ready now. We're going to dish it up and finish with the rest of the ingredients. All right, so step number 1, we add the risotto rice on the bottom of the dish. You can see it has a nice creamy consistency. This is why, because it's given by the butter, Parmesan cheese and oil. So once you put the rice, we just let it sit. Okay, so now the risotto rice is dished on the bottom. Let's start with the stracciatella, which is basically the filling of the burrata. We just add it on the rice. This is beautiful. It reminds me of when I was a child. My mother used to buy me. I love this cheese just because of his creamy texture. Then we're going to add some of this Espelette chili powder, just to give that extra touch, you know, of spicy, the kick that the rice needs. Few of the semi-dried tomato. So basically those semi-dried tomatoes were dried with some salt, sugar, oregano, and some olive oil. To complete this beautiful dish, the taralli. So we just crush it a bit on the rice. And last but not the least, we add few drops of the Colatura di Alici. So this is the definition of my risotto dish, my classic risotto dish, made with Cime di Rapa, burrata cheese, semi-dried tomatoes, and crispy taralli. It's simple, but at the same time authentic, really Italian flavors. Buon appetito!